News Channel 2 on. Eric Gage joining us now. And Eric, luckily, we have warmed up from the 20-degree temperatures this morning.
It was downright frigid this morning, Gary, and now this afternoon, warming up a little bit. Here's a live look at those temperatures across the state. 51 degrees at Griffinson Rome right now, 48 heading down into the Mohawk Valley. You notice here out west, there's reports of clouds. That is from a system to our west right now. We're seeing blue skies to our east, but to the west, you might see a few more clouds moving in. Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar shows dry weather right now. Out to our west, there's that approaching low pressure, and the high pressure over us right now is doing its best to erode that rainfall. Some of it has survived out in the Finger Lakes area, but as we progress into this evening, much of this will eventually fall apart. Maybe a stray sprinkle possible after sunset, but again, as you can see here, much of the area remaining mostly, if not entirely dry. Temperatures in the mid-50s. By tonight, we're going to see those lows fall down into the 40s and upper 30s. Not as cold as this morning, and we'll have a look at that slight warm-up as we head into the weekend coming up in a few minutes. Gary?
Eric, thanks. An early morning.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good afternoon, everybody. Today, the sun has shined once again, and this time the wind not nearly as strong and blustery as yesterday. We take a look outside from our Cavity Tower, our Nexus Center camera overlooking downtown Utica right now. The temperature officially sitting at 51 degrees, dew point of 34. So still got that incredibly dry air in place here right now. Winds, again, a little breezy, a little light breeze, but not too bad. Radar and satellite shows that system coming in from the west. We were talking about it this morning. A lot of this rainfall that moved in earlier out to the Finger Lakes is falling apart, and again, we are expecting a lot of this rain to fall apart before it reaches us heading into sunset and overnight tonight. So rainfall this evening, little to none is expected. Even then, a sprinkle if that. Still though, when it comes to temperatures today, we are expected to peak into the mid to upper 50s. Our normal high sits at 60 degrees this time of year. This is plummeting our normal highs. Of course, as we enter the middle of fall, the actual temperature change we usually see drastically changes, for lack of a better word here. But either way, it's cooler than average today. It's going to be warming up above average as we approach the weekend. Saturday, partly sunny, temperatures in the 60s, mid-60s, upper 60s in the low 70s as we head into Sunday, with more sunshine than not in the morning, clouds increasing in the afternoon, and then widespread rain developing Sunday night. So as you can see here, a bigger picture shows that rainfall moving in, maybe a few light sprinkles after sunset tonight, and then again heading into Saturday afternoon. Right here, brief sprinkle possible. Then it dries up until Sunday evening and Sunday night. Look at that right here, widespread rain moving in into early Monday morning as this low pressure moves its way east. In the wake of it, we have this dip in the jet stream. So we're going to say goodbye to above average temperatures in the second half of Monday and eventually Tuesday and Wednesday. But again, more locally as a recap, today it's in the 50s, lots of sunshine. Tonight, a few wispy clouds rolling in. Tomorrow, sun and clouds, temperatures in the low to mid 60s. A brief sprinkle possible, then we dry out again, warmer overnight, heading into Sunday morning. Temperatures in the 40s and 50s to start your day, eventually into the upper 60s, low 70s, a decent south wind. It's going to be a bit windy out there Sunday. And then as we head into Sunday night, that's when that rainfall begins to move in. As I mentioned, we go from 69 to a high of 60 on Tuesday, eventually 53 Wednesday and Thursday. The backside of that system could produce some lake effect rainfall. It's not expected to be anything in the form of snowfall, so we're still too early in the season for that. But again, Great Lakes, so far the temperatures right now are still very warm, so we're going to be following that as we approach next week. But again, today, Gary, it's sunny, It's dry. The weekend, mostly dry and pretty warm, so not too bad.
Yeah, we'll take 69 on Sunday. Wow.
Yeah, at least for mid-October, pretty warm.
Yeah, that's for sure. Eric, thanks. President Trump is set to weather front. Another beautiful October day here in the Mohawk Valley. We can't complain.
Yeah, I can't complain at all, Gary. The sun is shining. Look at this. Pretty much every location here reporting some sunshine today. Let's take a look at that full screen right here, going from Morrisville to Oppenheim. Coldbrook down to Brookfield. You have plenty of blue skies across the region. To our west, though, is where we're starting to see some cloud cover move in, especially in Rochester, Ithaca, Buffalo, and Binghamton. Here in the Mohawk Valley, though, sun is shining very plentifully here. Temperature zooming in here, 50 degrees Inlet, 49 Indian Lake, 56 Little Falls, and 52 degrees in Westmoreland. Heading to the south, 52 degrees in Norwich, 50 in Oneonta, and 50 degrees in Cooperstown. And a live look at the Earthful Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar. And things right now are dry here in central New York. We zoom out west. This is where that rainfall is currently taking place. Our thoughts are still standing where this rain will likely fall apart before it reaches us closer to sunset. But still, we'll keep a close eye on this rain system out west. Either way, if it does move in earlier, the most we're going to see is maybe some light sprinkles or some light rain. This is not looking severe at all by any means, so for now our forecast still looks to hold. But again, today it's dry, it's sunny. Tonight, some of these showers might survive into our area, producing a light sprinkle. Tomorrow, same story, brief light sprinkle possible, and then a better shot for rain heading into Sunday night. So we'll track those chances throughout the weekend coming up in a couple of minutes. Gary?
Eric, thanks. Israel and Hamas have traded new.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good afternoon, everybody. Happy Friday. What a beautiful day it's turning out to be. Yes, it's a little on the cooler side, but for mid-October, this is not that much of a difference here. Downtown Utica, live view outside, blue skies here to the east. In fact, pretty much all of our area currently seeing a view like this. To our west, though, is where we're seeing some more clouds move in. Either way, we're in the low 50s, expected to climb a little warmer this afternoon. We'll talk about that here in just a second here. But either way, we can look at the radar and satellite and see that system slowly arriving from the west. As we mentioned this morning, this is expected to fall apart a little bit as much more of this energy gets dragged in from that system out to the west. Either way, today, high temperatures are in the mid-50s, slightly cooler than average here. And when it comes to rainfall chances, it's not very likely, maybe a brief sprinkle possible after sunset tonight, so just a heads up. That's really about it in terms of rainfall. Tomorrow, same story. Partly sunny, mix of sun and clouds, maybe a stray sprinkle in the mid-afternoon. Then Sunday, it's almost entirely dry and sunny to start, breezy, highs near 70 degrees. Then, by Sunday night, that's when we're going to see that widespread rain begin to move in. So here's that bigger picture. That rainfall falls apart as it pushes east. Clouds, maybe a brief sprinkle tonight, and again Saturday afternoon. And then you can see all that sunshine move in. Strong south wind right here, and then here comes that surge of rainfall. Large area of low pressure moves in, bringing that rainfall both overnight throughout Monday, and then that tail end of that front over here to our west. That dip in the jet stream could bring some cooler temperatures, even potentially some lake effect later on next week. Still, though, after a frosty start, it has climbed quickly a little bit into the 50s this afternoon. Still a little breeze. Tonight, clouds increase, a few sprinkles falling apart, and then tomorrow, mix of sun and clouds, a little warmer in the upper 50s, low 60s, and then by Saturday night, we'll see clear skies, a more mild overnight due to that strong south wind, as you can see here. So it's going to be a bit breezy heading into Sunday. More sunshine to start. Widespread rain develops Sunday night into Monday. And then Tuesday, drying up a little bit. Wednesday and Thursday, the rainfall icons on here could mean lake effect rain. It's that time of year. It's still a little soon to determine the locations of it. Of course, we enter lake effect season. That's the gist of it for the most part. But still, we've got some potential rainfall next week. For now, though, there's no rain. It's sunny, and it's a pretty nice weekend on tap, Gary.
Yeah, and lake effect rain is a lot better than
Yes, the other lake effect.
lake effect snow. Eric, thanks. Now to a
Caught up on the forecast heading into the weekend with Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
We are tracking a really nice night for high school football. Yet another dry Friday night. Temperatures in the 40s. We're sitting at 54 degrees with a low dew point. It's been a very comfortable stretch of weather here with lots of sunshine, and it's going to start out that way into the weekend. We are tracking some warmer temperatures into the 60s as we head into Saturday, close to 70 Sunday, and then some wind will be kicking up as much cooler weather arrives. We've got a look at the forecast, look at the falling temperatures here, rather, heading into next week. This evening, increasing clouds, temperatures in the 40s, tracking a lovely and warm and windy weekend. Look at the forecast coming up. Back over to you.
All right, Bill, thank you.
Little
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
A beautiful weekend here in Central New York, and it starts out pretty lovely. A live look in downtown Utica. Temperatures are going to fall into the 30s again tonight. Just won't be quite as cold as last night. We had a lot of frost to start out this morning. Sunshine tomorrow, 64 degrees, windy and warm. Sunday, 72. The winds are going to be kicking up mostly in the afternoon and evening. Fall colors, well, we're considered past peak in higher elevations, but there's still a lot of great color to be had, especially in the Mohawk Valley, where we're looking at peak color here throughout the weekend. Even in the higher elevations, there's still patches of color in many areas. So this is a good weekend to get out and do some fall exploration. Live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. It's quiet. Reminder, you can always get weather information on the go by downloading our Storm Tracker 2 weather app. Skywatchers, Whitesboro, 56 degrees, Barneveld, 53. Micadoo, Hartford checking in with 54. Helen and Cassville, 54 degrees. Curtis, 54. Jeff and Mohawk, 53. And looking at temperatures in the low 50s across the southern valleys, Westford, 51, Stewart and Cooperstown, 50. There is a warm front that's approaching from the west. You can see this line of showers with it. Some of this moves in early Saturday, so I can't rule out a sprinkle, but the majority of the weekend looks dry, and that warm front brings temperatures into the 60s tomorrow and again into the 70s Sunday. Increasing clouds tonight. Overnight lows drop down into the mid to upper 30s. On Saturday, it's partly sunny skies, partly to mostly cloudy skies. Again, can't rule out a sprinkle. Temperatures in the low 60s. Skies look mostly clear tomorrow night, and then Sunday features more sunshine, breezy conditions, temperatures in the low 70s. That south wind Sunday is going to be very noticeable, especially in some of those higher elevations south of the Mohawk Valley. Wind gusts 35 to 40 miles an hour. In the Mohawk Valley, this is protected from that south wind, so it's not quite as strong. I don't think you'll notice it until a cold front rolls through Sunday night. Cloudy skies tonight, low temperature of 35. Tomorrow, mostly cloudy, 64. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast. Sunshine Sunday, breezy. Rain returns Sunday night. Rain is going to be around early Monday. We do get to cool down, temperatures in the 50s. Low 60s Tuesday, mostly cloudy. Lake effect rain showers to follow. Cooler temperatures Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday.
That looks a lot more like fall.
Sure does.
All right, thanks, Bill. Still to come on News Channel. Look at the forecast tonight with Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis. Did we get some pictures tonight?
This was actually taken early this morning from Garbus. Wow. This is Comet Lemon. Garbus said he had a really hard time trying to see it. With even he's got special equipment. He knows where to look. So I think you've got to be almost expert level to be able to see this, unfortunately.
Hey, we've seen some great things in the sky.
Yes,
so
we have seen some great things.
Yeah.
You can do it into looking towards the northeast sky right before sunrise, but unfortunately tonight it's going to be cloudy as we head into the first part of Saturday. A live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. Things look quiet. We've seen an increase in cloud cover over the past couple of hours. Temperature 45 degrees. Temperatures will hold steady tonight. Nice start to the weekend. You're going to have mostly cloudy skies, breezy conditions throughout the weekend, especially Sunday. That looks to be the windiest day. Some cooler weather will follow early next week. Tonight's overnight lows drop into the upper 30s. We're tracking a beautiful weekend ahead. Look at the forecast coming up. Jason, back to you.
Bill, thank you. The House of Representatives.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
Good evening. We're taking a live look in downtown Utica. Clouds are starting to thicken up tonight as they approach from the west. And this is the beginning of a change in weather. This is all part of a warm front. It's going to bring much warmer temperatures to central New York over the weekend. On Saturday, we're partly sunny, 64 degrees. On Sunday, it's windy. We make it into the low 70s. So some very warm weather is ahead. And if you're still looking to check out the fall color, you don't have to go very far. The best color is very close to the Mohawk Valley this weekend. We are looking at near peak color for the lower elevations. The higher hilltops are now considered past peak, and this is the peak weekend of the season. So next week, we will all be past peak, and the leaves will continue to come down. So again, enjoy it. This is the last best weekend, so to speak, to get out and enjoy. Live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. I've been seeing a couple of sprinkles out near Syracuse. That's part of a warm front moving in. A lot of this is not reaching the ground, but it is sprinkling out in Buffalo and Dansville. You can see temperatures are in the low 50s. This surge of warm air is going to work in from the west, and again, we're going to see an increase in clouds. Don't forget about our Storm Tracker 2 weather app. You can download it to get weather on the go. The radar and satellite image shows that warm front moving in, bringing clouds and sprinkles with it. This will pass through our area early tomorrow, and then we'll see temperatures excuse me, start to rise. As we get into tomorrow, mostly cloudy skies. We start out in the low 40s. It looks like a beautiful day. Mostly cloudy skies, but mild. Temperatures climb into the low 60s. Tomorrow night, overnight lows drop down into the upper 40s. We're looking at sunshine Sunday. Temperatures climb into the low 70s, so a very warm afternoon. Looking at wind gusts on Sunday between about 35 to 40 miles an hour south of the Mohawk Valley. A strong south wind funneling up those southern valleys will be on the strong side, but in the Mohawk Valley, this will be a very light wind. The Mohawk Valley is protected by those hills to the south with a south wind. But even here, as the wind direction changes into the west, we'll see wind all across the region. Down to 35 tonight, tomorrow mostly cloudy, 64. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast. Rain Sunday night into Monday. It's breezy showers Monday afternoon, 56. Low 60s Tuesday, cloudy. Lake effect rain showers Wednesday and Thursday.
I think this weekend's going to be amazing.
Yes, absolutely.
Our last little bit of warmth before winter.
Yeah.
All right, thank you, Bill. Coming up next, the forecast with Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis. Gorgeous picture here. That looks like a painting.
Absolutely. This was taken today, Echo Cliffs by Craig, this over in Piseco. And even though it's past peak across the Adirondacks, you can still get a lot of gorgeous color. The leaves still look very, very nice.
Yeah.
So still go out and explore. Fall is not over yet. We are tracking some pretty nice weather here to finish the work week. A live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. All is quiet across central New York. Our temperature has dropped to 34 degrees. It is cooling off. Calm winds, clear skies. And again, it will be below freezing tonight. Looking at our weather headlines, the northern lights have not made an appearance tonight. We were thinking that it might, but so far we've had nothing. And I think that's pretty much done. The odds of it are pretty low. Another nice Friday, warmer weather heading into the weekend. Tonight, overnight lows drop down into the upper 20s. We are tracking a nice finish to the weekend, but the weather turning a lot warmer as we head into the weekend, along with our next chance of rain. Look at the forecast coming up. Jason, back to you.
Bill, thank you. The jury and the murder trial.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
Good evening. We're taking a live look in downtown Utica. It is a clear, cold night. Temperatures are rapidly dropping. We're going to drop down into the upper 20s overnight. Utica 30, Middleville 26, Little Falls 30, Rome 28, Remsen 25, Old Forge 22. Across the Southern Valleys, Richfield Springs 29, 30, Cooperstown 30, Herkimer, Oneonta 31. So again, a widespread frost is expected. A live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. Again, looking dry across the region. Again, we're already in the 30s tonight, already down to 32 in Hamilton. So, and not going to be a problem to do that. Unfortunately, the northern lights have not panned out tonight. We've been watching the parameters all evening long, and just hasn't come together, and that does sometimes happen. Northern lights are pretty tricky to predict, so we'll continue to watch this and see if there's any opportunities again in the future. High school football, it has been an undefeated season in terms of the weather. Dry Fridays for the entire season so far. Tomorrow night will be another one. Temperatures will be in the 40s with partly cloudy skies. Big story here is we got two weather systems, one to our east, one to our west, and between the two of them, we've got all of this dry weather. This is called a blocking pattern. Both weather systems help to create a blocking environment in the atmosphere. That means things aren't moving, and things will eventually break down. This blocking pattern will break down, and that means the weather is going to move in from the west, and that'll be what we see over the weekend. Storm Tracker 2 Skycast. Tonight, temperatures drop down into the 30s, the low 30s to upper 20s. Tomorrow, partly sunny skies, temperatures climb into the 50s. Beautiful afternoon. A little bit extra cloud cover here later in the day. Heading into Saturday, we are looking at, again, some chilly weather. Temperatures drop down into the mid-30s. Saturday afternoon, mostly cloudy and warmer with highs in the low 60s. Tonight, clear skies down to 28. Tomorrow, sunshine, 57 for the high. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast. It's warm over the weekend. Temperatures in the 60s Saturday and Sunday. We're tracking rain Sunday night into Monday. Monday's high 59, Tuesday cloudy, and then lake effect rain showers expected Wednesday and Thursday.
It's that time of year where you got to start thinking about, winter's coming, get your car ready.
Get your furnace cleaned out.
Get your furnace cleaned out, absolutely. And ahead of the cold months,